Hello, good afternoon Malaysia. Selamat tengah hari diucapkan kepada anda semua. Welcome back to another edition of Act Now Hot Issue. What's for lunch for today's edition? Let me check my calendar again. It is the 4th of April 2022. Also the 2nd of Ramadan. Okay, hari ini adalah hari kedua kita menyambut bulan Ramadan Al-Mubarak to all of you out there. So selamat berpuasa kepada mereka yang berpuasa, and hopefully you guys still have the energy, still have the spirit, still have the motivation for you guys to move ahead. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter that much if you can't drink or if you can't eat during the day. It's fine. It's okay. You've had this practice for so many years already, so just calm down and relax, and things are gonna be fine. I'm actually telling myself that, okay? And also make sure you guys download the Act Now mobile community app on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store, because that's what you wanna be a really, really much more responsible citizen to your community. Anda boleh menjadi warga yang lebih prihatin dengan apa yang berlaku di sekeliling anda dengan hanya memuat turun aplikasi Act Now mobile community app. It is free anyway, so check it out on your Google Play Store as well as the App Store. So today, Monday, we normally do a special program for Mondays as well. As you all know, we've done this a few times already. We have the YB Sehari edition today, where we have a special guest who's going to be speaking to us about what she would want to do, is a she, by the way, what she would want to do for her constituents should she's given a chance to represent her people down there. Down where, you may ask? Well, to introduce her, let's just bring on my partner in crime, who I know for a fact who is not fasting today, ladies and gents, Mr. Melvin La. Melvin tak puasa kan?
I puasa until 12 noon. I half day puasa, not a 12 hours puasa, not a 24 hours puasa though.
Tapi Melvin puasa boleh minum air, tak kira.
So don't talk about food.
Don't talk about food. No, it's taboo to talk about food right now. Okay, jangan nak cerita pasal makanan sekarang.
It's not taboo, it's sensitive.
Sensitive. Kita sekarang kan, rakyat sekarang extra sensitive kan. Whatever it is that you say, whatever it is that you do, you cepat terasa. So, yelah, to avoid that complication, why do so? Thank you so much to all our viewers who are watching us right now. Thank you for the wishes actually. From Nick actually. Thank you so much for wishing selamat berpuasa. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And yeah, as mentioned, Marvin, we do have a special guest today for our special show that we bring every Monday, which is YB Sehari. So before we actually bring her on board, I would just like to mention about who she is, a bit of a brief of her. She hails from up north in Pulau Pinang actually, and she's actually she's a huge advocate for women as well as for children down there. So without further ado, if she could actually turn on her camera, because right now there you go. Purposely, that was actually a cue for me to actually bring her on the show. Ladies and gents, let's not waste any more time. Your future candidate, or should I say your future rep for Bukit Glugong, up in Penang, we have Mrs. Jenefier Raymond Patrick. Hey, Jenefier, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
We are doing good. We gentlemen are
Super
doing
good.
good, and we have the only lady in the house here. And you look very radiant, as I mentioned to you off air. It's as if that you're literally sitting in front of the sea with the breeze, pull up, breezing over your face and with your hair. I have no experience of having that because obviously no hair. So let's not compare things over here. Tak baik kita nak membandingkan sedemikian rupa. But thank you so much, Jennifer, for coming on to this show. Really, really appreciate it. So let's just cut to the chase, shall we? Let's just find out about Miss Jennifer a bit more. So please tell us about yourself and what you do, and yeah, what are your loves and what are your pet peeves, Jennifer? Please.
I'm a true Penangite, I would say. I was born and raised in Penang. I
Hmm.
got a scholarship to go to Australia. I studied there, spent 10 years there, but still I couldn't actually like stay away from Penang food, Penang people and everything. So I came back.
Hmm.
So yeah, I came back in 2019 and saw a lot of ups and downs with our policies, with our people and everything. So I wanted to do something. So I took a step in to Muda to see what I can do, what I can contribute actually.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Well, when you said that you're definitely a Penangite, you memang a pulau girl. So memang kalau nak sembang utara tu memang tak ada masalah lah kan?
Tak ada
Pulau senang
masalah.
lah.
Memang senang.
Tu dia. But one question. I do have a lot of friends who are from the island actually. They can actually speak Hokkien. Can you speak Hokkien?
I can understand. Unfortunately, I can't speak. Very sad.
Nah, because kenapa? Banyak wakil rakyat dekat luar sana, dia kena tahu banyak bahasa tau, Jennifer. You have to know like a lot of questions because you have a lot of people, within your area. Hence why it makes it better for you to communicate with them to make sure that your messages come across well and their messages come across to you as best as possible. So, Melvin, before we start grilling Miss Jennifer over here, anything that you want to say about our lovely lady with the lovely hair? Sumpah aku jealous. Melvin.
Well, Penang is a place for, well, a food paradise, right? And we think of island.
No mentioning about food. No mentioning about food. Tak boleh cakap pasal makanan
But I
sekarang.
want
Tak
to
boleh.
chip in. What is and Penang is have lovely beaches, resorts. All right.
Yeah.
Of course, Penang is not just an island; they have the mainland as well. Right.
Correct.
And yes, I think we have some activities towards in April in Penang. I mean, we all posted some. Will be some happening. Now we'll have some events, and we hope that we see everyone in Penang soon.
Hopefully, that's what we are trying to plan. But before we start grilling Miss Jennifer, a question from our audience, one of our audience, our regulars actually. Nick has actually asked, what did you study, Jennifer? Down in the land of down under. Hey, mate. Buruk bunyi aku, ha?
I studied accounting, major in finance.
Oh, she's
Money
a finance
lady.
person.
Money
So
lady kuat
kalau
aku.
nak cakap pasal peruntukan, kena tunggu peruntukan ke apa, I know what is going on. So I play with numbers a lot. I love numbers actually.
Okay.
So yeah, major in finance, and I've been working in finance field for the past 12 years now. So
Nice. Definitely, when you talk about peruntukan, when you talk about budget planning, when you talk about perancangan in the sense of financial, from the financial aspect, memang seriously, I rasa there's no way that you can tipu Jennifer lah when it comes to this kind of thing. So, Jennifer, let's just now dive down again. You said that you want to represent. I mean, like, given the chance down the line, GE15 maybe. Given the chance that you want to contest, you want to advocate for the people down in Bukit Gelogo. Bukit Gelogo, if I'm not mistaken, is actually the P51, and that's an MP, members of parliament. It's not DUN, right, Jennifer?
it's not a don, it's a parliament.
It's a
All right.
parliament.
So, talk about Bukit Gelogo down here to people like Melvin yang tahu char kway teow je, dia tak tahu Bukit Gelogo. So tell us, what is Bukit
Oh.
Gelogo all about, Jennifer? No, tak payah bagi
Hokkien
Jennifer
mee.
cakap, Melvin. You
Hokkien mee.
They got curry mee also very nice. They got
aduh,
nasi
okay.
kandar.
very nice. Yeah.
Weh, baru pukul 12, baru pukul 12. Jangan cerita lagi. Jennifer,
At the
please,
time,
Bukit
at the
Gelogo.
time. So Bukit Gelogo is basically consists of 3 don. Okay, kita ada Seri Delima, Air Hitam, and Paya Turbo. So we are really mixed people actually. We I don't really see like majority Chinese or Indian or Malays. We are like equally there. And age categories also, we have like from the youngest to the oldest there, and people are well educated, but I just feel like they need to know more. They deserve to know more actually. So I rasa macam ada benda-benda yang dia orang tak tahu. Now, like there are few things peruntukan, peruntukan side and stuff like that. When they go and complain and stuff like that, it's just coming back. Oh, kita kena tunggu peruntukan. So I want to break that barrier. Like if I was given a chance, I want to break that barrier actually, because we are normal people and we actually we are living there. We are actually voting for someone and everything. So they're like I'm from Galugo. I'm from Galugo Tunsadun itself. So when I was growing up there, I saw all the campaigning and everything. I saw my father going and voting and stuff like that for every PRU and everything. So I asked my father, why are you voting? So the people in my father's age and everything, they have actually said they want a better future for our nation, for you guys, children's, all these things. So I feel like rakyat Bukit Gelugor ni memang hati memang besar. They will accept new people if they do see good for their future actually. So that is Bukit Gelugor. You will be always welcome in Bukit Gelugor. Like there are never people that will say oh, you're not from here so you tak boleh masuk. No. Makanan pun Malay, Indian, Chinese, everything is there. You nak nasi kandar pun ada, you nak Hokkien mee pun ada. That's not a problem at all.
Okay.
So,
Kalau nak cerita pasal makanan, I nak cabut dengan Mak punya earphone ni sebab I tak nak dengar sangat banyak sebenarnya. But yeah, no, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that Penang is I mean, like, if you have been living under the rock for the past 100 years, then only you don't know that Penang is very lavish about food. When you talk about Malaysia, you talk about Penang, you talk about food, and it is like, it comes hand in hand. Sangat synonym sebenarnya when you talk about all these things. And it's great to hear that when you say, Jenefier, that Bukit Gelugor, the people of Bukit Gelugor, they welcome people with open arms. I mean, it shows that that's the mentality and that's the spirit of how Malaysians should be, menerima orang ataupun becoming a very well very well mannered human being, for that matter, kind, in fact, to open to accept them without considering their skin color, without considering their religion, without considering whether they're short or tall, whether they have hair or not have hair. So it's all about love. It's all about not having that distinguish about getting love and giving love at the same time. And it is so great to hear that from Penangat yourself. But you yourself, you have also mentioned that people of Gelugor, there are a few things that you want to bring up. That's a few things that you nak angkatkan, isu-isu di mana yang harus diberi perhatian, not just maybe from the state level, but maybe from the government level as well, from all points of view. So one of the things that you want to highlight is about the well-being of mothers as well as women. My first question on that is, why do you want to bring this up? Are the women and mothers down in Bukit Gelugor are not being taken care of properly? Ni Jenefier?
It's not about they're not getting taken care properly. It's just I feel like the exposure that they get is very, very limited. So when they get limited exposure, they don't really know what they should be aware of. For example, when I say well-being of mothers, it's not only just being a mother, it's also being going through an abusive relationship or a domestic violence. Sometimes some people, they think it's okay, where we know it's not okay at all to be in an abusive relationship. So even if it's if it's a mother, ibu tu mengandung, dia lahirkan bayi tu okey, yang tu semua okey, dia berbantang, yang tu semua okey, dia tahu dia punya adat istiadat tu semua, dia memang ikut yang tu semua. Tapi tahukah dia do people even realize that a mother will actually go through a depression moment, an anxiety moment? Because, it could be even a first-time mother or third-time mother. But that depression is something normal. But then, sadly, us Malaysian, we don't really see a depression as a problem. So, the mothers actually get the urge of even dumping their kids away because they're really frustrated. Bukan tak sayang anak, tapi macam tak boleh tahan sebab tak ada support, tak ada orang nak berbincang masalah dia apa pun. So when all those things happen, we actually see a lot of kids getting abandoned, there are a lot of childs getting abused and stuff like that. So I just feel like there should be more exposure, like, more awareness should be given. It's not a taboo to even speak about, like, postpartum depression or anything like that. A maternal thing is not something that only a woman should know. A father should know too, a brother should know too, how to handle with a mother. So a mother is going to bring up the coming up generation. Memang negara kita di tangan, like, in the hands of our future generation actually. Like, I would say, like, yes, I'm in 30s, but then it's like my future generation is the one who's going to, like, actually look after our country. So if we are not giving the right, like, the right things for the mothers, how are they going to bring up the children? So there's a lot of things, like, the mother goes through, and then, like, even a woman goes through. And if you see outside of our country, women are actually getting exposed and recognized in so many different fields. But then it's very sad to see over here that we don't even talk about depression, we don't talk about anxiety, we don't talk about, like, postpartum depression, no mental support or anything. Like, yes, lahir anak pergi ke klinik kesihatan, memang kesihatan is very good. Okay, memang affordable, it's very good and everything. Health wise, they're okay, but nobody's like give them a chance to talk, because the husband, the father, the brothers, the man's side in their family don't really know how to handle a woman when she's going through all these things. It's not even like just the mother actually. It could be just a simple woman who is, like, just early adulthood. She goes to a work field and everything. Work life is there, and maybe what she's going through is an harassment. But just because we did not say that it's not okay, you should speak up when something happens like that, she thinks it's okay. And she will just struggle and struggle and struggle until one day we will just hear news that either she's like has, like, ended her life, or she have done something really silly because she can't take it anymore. So I rasa macam, like, area Bukit Gelugor memang wanita banyak. We got klinik kesihatan in each zone actually. So, like, for ibu mengandung and everything, yes, we should actually, if I'm given the chance, I want to include a package for all these mothers and the new parents actually, not only for the mothers. The father also should be educated on how to handle things. So I would really, really like focus on that, because they are the one that is, bringing up our future generation. So
Yeah.
the importance is, like, should be given to them.
All right, Melvin.
I want to add on to Jennifer. Single mothers should be also have must pay attention, because single mothers is not by choice. Because when you read through lately, there's a lot of rape victims. They have been so-called ashamed. The society don't take them. The parents feel ashamed of them. So this is also one issue that we have brought up recently. I mean, in fact, we are doing a program on sex education for soon, for targeting at teenage who are to be more responsible. And it's true. I mean, there's a mental, especially those the ladies after giving birth, the few months after that, the mental or the emotions is unstable.
That's
I don't know, Mio, probably you can tell because you had a newborn baby. This about 2 months old. Was it 2 months?
3. He's
now
getting
it's
on to
3.
the 4th month already. So yeah, mentally, yeah, mentally I'm hanging in there. Yes, I'm hanging in there very, very well. But obviously, because the courage and the effort that has been put by my wife, I have to angkat tangan seriously. My wife puts in 95% of the effort, and hanya bekalkan 5% sahaja, and that is seriously nothing. And we need to understand one thing. At the end of the day, however it is, again, and this is a man talking here, however man thinks that they are the biggest thing in the world, you will not be in this world without your mother giving birth to you. And who is your mother?
That's right.
It is actually a woman. So sayangilah wanita anda, sayangilah anak-anak perempuan anda sebaik-baiknya, because why? They are, humans themselves. They are our loved ones, and we need to take care of them, and we need to make sure that we give them opportunity as well, as what Jennifer has mentioned, because these people, they don't want to be classified as, oh, kaum lemah, I tak boleh buat apa-apa. They can rise, they can be better than any one of us actually, as long as people give them a chance. And what they want is just that. They don't want to be left behind. They want to get equal chance to make sure that they are being heard of. Suara mereka didengar juga, dan mereka diberikan segala opportunity that is that is available out there. I do want to ask you, Jennifer, because you did mention about family planning when it comes to that as well as mental health. Obviously these matters are all related to each other when it comes to the well-being of mothers and women. But how would you classify mental health for the people in Bukit Glugu as well, not just to the mothers or to the women's, but for the others as well? What do you think?
Mental health is actually for everyone. It doesn't really classify for man or woman actually, because um, some people would be actually surprised or shocked to hear this. Men do also go through an abusive relationship, so they go through angkut macam.
Tak bersetuju.
Okay. Okay, so memang like mental health, the importance has to be given. Macam I kata tadi, kita sekarang macam tak boleh nak cakap benda-benda macam tu. Macam orang kata macam tak betul. Ada yang kata sampai like depression, anxiety, it's all like it's a man made up type of like emotion. So it's not a creation, it's not for fun. Like orang tak like melalui perkara-perkara tu dengan sengaja, bukan dia orang seronok nak buat macam tu. So we need to actually take out all these stereotypes, and like Melvin said just now, sexual education should be actually like encouraged in school itself. Not only for that, for like not only women should know what is sexual education, men should know also, because
Yep.
sorry to say, but men also don't understand what it means by no. Like they just feel like, oh, you're the how are there, so you need to actually listen to us. But that generation is like way past gone. Now we have women who are astronauts. We even have like scientists coming up with like miracle types of medicines and everything, just because they were given chance, they were given all the things that they needed actually. So if you just draw a line for this woman, they can literally build a town for you. Like you're just giving like a man is just giving his like like to get a kid, just a sperm actually, and she brings up the child, she brings up a good future for the child and everything. And sometimes the man just provides the money, like income wise, but the woman is the one who will actually balance up the whole payments, bills, everything, make sure kanak-kanak dia, suami dia, semua like like they actually have like a respect in this society. So it just goes on like that. So mental health is very important, because sometimes people get married, they don't really have like any sort of people to talk to. We should actually make like mental health like support line and everything easy access. It's like you don't ask a judgmental question, you don't judge them when they call you to like talk. Sometimes these people, they just need to pour out. They can't keep it to themselves anymore, they just need to talk to someone. We should have like hotlines in a way that can call anytime just to pour out, and they probably don't need even advice, they just need to tell someone their problem. And
Yes.
by
Yes.
telling, yeah, by telling, like most probably the person who's listening to it might just get the hint that what they're going through. Like sometimes it could be really critical or something like that, then we can actually send like the right like lawful person or something like that. You will never know what the people are going through, even guys that they're like going through any sort of depression or anxiety or anything like that. Banyak orang yang hilang like kerja masa covid ni, like gaji like became like separuh, memang tak cukup, nak makan pun tak cukup, macam mana nak bayar like sewa lah, bayaran kereta lah, all these things. We think we are already at the end of our pandemic, like everything is opening back and everything. Trust me, a lot of people are still struggling. Like they're trying their level best not to give up in their life, to actually just keep moving. Like, so all they're not asking for money from us, they're not asking for a job from us, they want someone to talk to. So it should be like how we have like Dewan Perpaduan in every dawn. Why don't they actually like the day one is just sleeping there? It's like no use at all. Kalau ada Merdeka or anything like that, yes, we have like coloring contest and stuff like that. Kalau ada Raya, ada like open house. Yes, it's good, but you can actually utilize that space in a way that it's like how you go to tempat beribadat tu, you have like a confession place. They must be able to go to that area, particular area, and just share out whatever they want. Maybe they don't know like what's the right way to go, because people do get distracted because of all the temptation, the desperateness that we have, like tak cukup duit lah, we need to do a lot of things and everything. So they tend to choose the wrong path, because not everyone is actually like very educated or very exposed. So if they need someone to listen and then give them the right path. They're not asking for money. We people, we don't ask for money. They don't say like, oh, I'm miskin sekarang, so give me money. No, that is not enough. That is like literally you're telling them like, just give you money, you keep yourself like, shut. That's it. So it's really unfair for all these people because they want to grow. They want to actually give their future generation a better life. So all this, like, sometimes I see there's like, the place where the JKK type of like, pondok we have. Seri Delima pun ada, Aita pun ada, Paya Terbong pun ada. What we are doing with that? Nothing. Currently, you need to actually, even if you want to utilize that place, you need to ask permission from 3 different parties. What is that for? Government has allocated that place for the use for the public actually. So why can't you just make something there? There are a lot of NGOs are happy to give like, free advices and guidance and everything. You can actually channel them through that where the rakyat can like, make use out of it. Not just simply like, trust me, there's so many places. It's being just abandoned. Like, just because like I have the power, I have the place, it's my place. You want to use, you come and ask my permission. Kalau I nak buat huru hara ataupun any perayaan or anything like that, yes, I'll use the place. So I just feel like it's unfair because the rakyat choose each individual to be the MP or to be the adun for a certain reason because they feel like there's a hope for them. There's a hope for their future generation. Oh, kalau ada masalah apa-apa, I boleh pergi cakap. That's what they think because trust me, it's not really like I'm not pointing finger at anyone, but during the campaigning, all we've been saying in Malaysia is we go and talk to every individual. Dah habis undi, semua dah menang dah, buat ada perayaan, this, that and everything. After that, the person is not to be seen anywhere. So how is that fair?
Yes,
Yep.
MIA, missing in actions.
So it's definitely something that needs to be taken care of, needs to be looked into, as what Jenefier has actually mentioned, that she would definitely go down and make this a reality and not just make all of this community centers just as a place for people such as myself go and play badminton over there yang bayar sewa untuk main badminton je. I mean, it is a place for that, don't get me wrong, but yet, yes, you can do a lot of things, a more meaningful things that you can actually do for the rakyat, for the people themselves within those area. Lots of things that we do still want to talk about together with Jenefier down here, but we're going to be taking a break for a short while. Bukan nak pi minum nah, saya puasa, saya hamak dulu, saya bukan nak pi minum. We're going to be taking a break. We'll be coming back here on today's hot issue, What's for Lunch, YB Sehari. We'll be back.
Do you want me to reach inside your bread or anything like that? You
just
probably
take
wouldn't.
the first piece.
Oh, come on. No one likes the first piece. You know you're messing with me, right?
So Ron, have you ever experienced that when you go and buy breads, right? I'm not sure whether my bread is touched by anyone.
You're not sure whether it's safe to eat, right? Safe for consumption. Because guys, you don't know what's out there, right? And then when someone actually reaches their head into your loaf of bread, they're not coming into contact with only that slice that they take. They come into contact with pretty much everything that's in the bag. And it, as disgusting as it sounds, it does happen, guys. It does happen regardless of what bread there is, and it also happens to Massimo right here, the brand I'm sure many of us have been eating and absolutely love.
The packaging is still the same.
Okay.
But there is something new.
Something new. What makes it so different actually, Ruby? It looks exactly the same as the ones that we had before. So what makes it so different?
So just like I mentioned the problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. So if we have this seal,
Okay, let's take a look.
so which
Up
means
close.
we have overcome the problem.
Absolutely amazing. So guys, not only are we protected by the standard quick cut that we have over here, as you can see, there is also a seal inside, a one-time seal that you can pop right open. And just so you guys know, the technology that we've just shown you,
The seal technology.
yes, that's correct. It's the one and only one in Malaysia. So rest assured, if you're by any chance buying bread from Massimo, you will not have any worries whatsoever. Look out for the seal for safety Massimo sandwich loaf on the bread itself. Okay, on the bread rack, you'll be able to catch sight of it. There's a hashtag right there. And what is step 2? Ruby, what do we have for step 2?
Step 2, you need to check the seal. Yes, so before you purchase, before you pay the money, yes, you need to check the seal whether it's open or not.
So no contaminations occur. So once again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Ron,
This is Julie.
and see you guys in the neighborhood.
why are they have to put well these
Hi,
learning and so it is.
we can't hear
Um,
you well.
all right, can you hear me now? Can you
Okay, yes,
hear
yes,
me
yes.
now? I was just complaining why did they have to put iklan of bread in between, during bulan puasa.
No,
Depa
this
ni
for
depa
you.
tak sedap ke? Apa
It's
dia?
right. It's actually suggesting you for breaking fast.
Depa suggest awal sangat. Baru pukul 12 aku nak makan apa dia. Tak boleh lagi. But yeah, that's how it is. If you guys want to be showcased down here on our show, regardless of whatever show it is, we got plenty of shows here for Act Now. You can actually PM us for you to have the opportunity to be amongst our showcase products or showcase brands on our show. Just leave a comment down or leave a message down and our people from right now will be speaking to you directly. And now to continue, yes, before you
No.
nak continue, apa dia?
I spotted a very good remarks. They say, ha ha ha, yeah, all MIA, missing in actions. During campaigning, they sit down with you in kopitiam. After winning, they go to high-class hotels and
Yep,
restaurants.
exactly. Ini adalah komen daripada kita punya viewers kita. If you guys want to know what we are actually talking about, we are speaking to our YB Sehari here. That is Mrs. Jenefier Raymond Patrick down in Bukit Glugok in Penang, where she will be advocating. She wants to advocate and she wants to speak for her people down in Bukit Glugok in giving a better life for them, thus for a better Penang and largely for a better Malaysia. We've spoken about well-being of mothers and women. We've spoken about perancangan keluarga as well as mental health issues. Now we want to dive in for the next 20 minutes. We want to dive in a bit more on the well-being of children sekarang. Puan Jenefier, children, kanak-kanak adalah masa depan, as you mentioned. Children are the future. How are the children being taken care of in the area of Bukit Glugok with the PDPR happening lah, COVID or whatnot? Are they getting the suffice help, the additional and solutions that they would want in order for them to go on with their lives as productive as they can be? Mrs. Jenefier?
I don't really think they're actually getting the right support they need, because banyak kanak-kanak that I've seen, because my mother's house is still in Tun Sadun, so I still go there and everything. And during the MCO, there was a lot of kids were not attending their online classes. So I pun sibuk lah pergi tanya, siapa tak masuk kelas? Buat apa kat sini? And dia kata, tak adalah kak, internet slow. So memang some places internets are slow, all these things. Like I said just now, all these community places, why don't these people just get like one modem, one internet connection for, let's say, 10 students? 10 students that they don't even have internet access. Kalau tengok Gelugok, Taman Tun Sadun, banyak flats kat sana. So low cost flat, nak dapat internet pun diorang tunggu untuk unify berminggu-minggu. Tak dapat. And then during MCO, it was even worse. So how are they even going to study? Their standard 1 student, standard 2 students tak dapat experience anything. All those things they didn't get to experience. Yes, I do understand, memang peruntukan tak ada lah nak beli iPad ke, all these things. Yes, it's very hard to focus on individual and give them the supplies, but you can actually gather them together. You can give them a good internet connection, so at least they can get the basic education actually. So well-being of children doesn't just stop at the education. Sometimes I rasa macam the parents are just too busy chasing after money and everything like that, just to put the food on the table, and kanak-kanak ni terbiar. So at the end of the day, we don't even know where the kids are actually hanging out. What are they even doing? What are they even seeing? Kanak-kanak ni masa diorang membesar, they have a lot of curiosity. Oh, what is this? How does this taste? How does this feel? There's a lot of movies, even songs has a lot of images and shows that says that oh, this is fine, this is okay, this looks cool and everything. With the curious brain that the kids are having, if you don't give that proper guidance or the observation, that's where our kids are actually going in a wrong path. So just like how we should have something for the woman, we should have something for the children also. Even if it's a boy or a girl, doesn't matter. All this sexual education, all this, awareness and everything should be start implying it at that age itself, so they know what they're going to face. Because most of the time, they don't even know how to cope with the world. Keluar rumah, main, tengok ni, get influenced by this person, get influenced by that person, and that they think that's it. that's how the world should be, and they just carry on from that. And that's where we see actually, like, you know, a lot of cases where young kids became parents, 11 years old, 12 years old, jadi bapa kepada, like, you know, seorang wanita. Like, it's they don't even know what they did. It could be an accident. Just, it's an accident because they do not have the education. Like, you know, my mind try, like, you know, all the curiosity and everything. We don't know what happened. Trying a cigarette, like, yes, cigarette is there. There are a lot of people actually throwing the cigarette butt, smoked halfway. You really think these kids are not, like, you know, smart enough to just take it, dust it off, and light it up again? They do that. I've seen them doing that actually. It is just like, you know, I feel like you're focusing on so many other things out there, economical lah, tourism lah, food paradise, this, that, and everything. Where are all these going to be if you do not have your future generation? Education tak ada, exposure tak ada, proper guidance tak ada, then what are we expecting? Like, are we expecting like foreigners to come and run our country? Like, that would be really unfair for our future generation actually, because they didn't ask for it. They didn't ask for all those things. Like, you know, they're just going with the flow, learning things and stuff like that. Sometimes I see group of kids, they actually, like, you know, play bola sepak, this, that, and everything. Tengok dia orang main, boleh kalah tau pemain-pemain luar negara. Tapi they don't even have the capability to join a team or anything like that. Reason? Don't know how. Tak tahu macam mana nak buat, tak tahu macam mana nak apply, tak tahu macam mana nak pergi. So it's coming back to, like, you know, all the youth thing also. Like, we do have, like, you know, menteri-menteri yang besar semua, all these things, they have like this sort of plans, that sort of plans and everything. But are they really implying all these plans? So if they are implying, then how are these kids actually missing out? So something is wrong, right? So that's why I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm asking the kids, like, why aren't you, like, you know, getting involved in this community? Like, why aren't you, like, you know, playing with these things or stuff like that? They all they say is, oh, we need to actually, like, you know, go through a lot of process, bukan senang, all these things. So why such development, a well-being of children is so complicated nowadays? Why can't we just make it a little bit easy, like easy access for them? Bukan semua orang pandai guna komputer, nak guna smartphone. Not everybody has a smartphone. So why can't we just, like, you know, focus a little bit? Like, Dewan Perpaduan is there. You open once a month. Like, you know, we are doing open registration for pemain bola sepak, siapa-siapa. Like, can be even, like, you know, age 10 to 15. You encourage them. So tak apa, dia orang tak boleh nak belajar. Bukan semua orang, like, you know, pandai nak belajar or anything. So if you encourage them in sports, they could be our future sportsmen, you know. So they could be our future badminton player, anything. There are so much of talents and skills out there. But the limitation for them to access and grow it, it's very, very sad to see. It's very, very limited for them actually. So yes, well-being of children is very, very important, as we are actually seeing the well-being of our country. Yes, country's well-being, semua orang boleh tengok sebab we know we need tax, we need our economy to boom up, we make sure that, you know, our prices, our, like, you know, average wages and everything. Look at the children. They are our future actually. So if you do not invest in them, sorry to say, but that's nothing for our country.
Melvin?
That's true. I mean, in my area, in my Taman, there is a nice community villa resorts, big compound, single story, 3,000 square feet. It's built like a resort, hardly used, probably once in a year, or not even the last 2 years, not being used. So we on the weekend basis, it should actually given to the NGOs or any party want to organize community events. Yes, give it a day dedicated for the children around the area, for free tuitions, for free legal advisors, which is we are building up that too. I know a lot of people don't have the basic knowledge about legality of certain things. They can have free legal advisors, families issues. So make full use of it, and it should not be restrict these facilities only for political party of that day. You know, it could be your oppositions, it could be NGO, it could be Act Now. So we should be, because that is built for the communities.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many things that can be done if we don't have that line, that invisible line, kononnya party lines lah, whatever it is. If we work all together at the same time, we can actually do a lot more things. Tak payah nak gila kuasa sangat, tak payah nak gilakan standard sangat, tak payah nak pangkat sangat, because it's all for the people. Like what Jennifer has actually mentioned, is actually for the children, because the children are definitely for the future. We are coming up towards the end of our session here together with Jennifer, but one more point that we want to bring up is that what Jennifer actually wants to bring up is the point for the Warga Emas. Jennifer, you got 3 minutes to sum this up about Warga Emas. What are the things that you would want to implement or you want to take focus on for the people of Glogok, specifically for Warga Emas? Jennifer.
Yeah. So Warga Emas, yes, even recently we saw that our Menteri, one of our Menteri actually mentioned that, Warga Emas is actually a big number of the population of Malaysia and everything, and we are looking at an increase of 15% by the year of 2030 actually in Warga Emas. And most of the Warga Emas, they're actually going through a phase of the loneliness and those type of moment. So yes, there's a lot of old folks home and everything. They try to engage there and stuff like that. But how about the one that gets abandoned and everything? We don't even look after them. We don't even care about them. Sometimes orang mati kat rumah pun lepas 2-3 hari baru orang tahu, sampai bau dah busuk baru tahu. So is that how we actually appreciate the one that was before us, the older generations actually? Because of them, that's why we are here. So we should actually have a support group to go around and knock on these old people's door and everything. Kita buat banci. So every time you do bunch, you know what age category people are there. So even if you just put all the 65 and above in one category, you probably will get a handful in one door, and just go knock the door every month, check with them. There are so many NGOs and volunteers happy to do it. All we need is yes, we can do that. All we are hearing is, oh no, you cannot do this because you're from this party. Oh, you cannot do this because we need peruntukan. So many don'ts and can'ts. So just give the people, I'm not asking for myself. I'm asking for everyone, even if there's a volunteer coming from any part of the state or anywhere, and they want to help the Warga Emas, let them do it. Jangan nak tarik harga, kata, oh, ni tempat saya, jangan masuk campur. Jangan ada perangai macam tu. Let them help. You're not pointing finger by telling that you're not helping them. We are just telling that give us an opportunity to help them, because I do understand everyone is busy. These people are available, let us help them. Because Warga Emas is not something to be abandoned or anything. Without them, we are not here actually. And like I said, without the future generation, the country is not going to be there. So we need to look after the past, the present, and also the future. So if we can't balance between these three, even a relationship won't last. So how are we expecting a government or the country to last actually? So we need to take consideration into all these things. It's not only women, it's not only children. So it's all people, everyone, the youth. So if you actually give them the importance, don't give a stereotype. Oh, you from this golongan, don't put them into golongan. Don't feed the kids or the Warga Emas that you have a golongan, so you stay under that golongan. Don't be a stereotype with them. Treat them as a normal human. Semua orang manusia. Semua orang actually kita we are the people here. We are the voters here. We are the one who's bringing up this country. So treat everyone as a human. Janganlah gila kuasa and stuff like that. I ada kuasa ke tak ada kuasa, I still go and talk to the people. So give the opportunity to other people. You go and talk to people. There are other parties will come and question you. Why are you doing this? What is your motive? Where do you get the resources? Orang buat baik pun dipersoalkan, orang buat jahat pun dipersoalkan. Orang tak buat apa pun dipersoalkan juga. So I don't really understand that what really these people who are questioning, they want it actually. So I'm the type of person that if I want to do it, I'll just do it. You want to question me? Question me. I'll answer. So now I think a lot of people will know my name and everything. So go ahead, question me. I am in Bukit Jalil area. I am going to approach everyone. So I will do what I got to do, because I can't see a human being getting abandoned like that. Even if it's a children, a child, or a baby, or an old person. Let's give everyone an equal opportunity to actually to live in this country peacefully actually. They should be proud to be a citizen of Malaysia, not feel like I wish I've born in some other country. Don't give them that thought. A lot of people are leaving the country already. We need to stop that. We
Yeah.
need people in our own country. So yes, that's it.
Greatly
There's so
mentioned
much.
there,
Sorry.
seriously.
Yeah, so much act now in your blood. Everything has to be fast. So now you can
Yeah.
just like keep it yourself and want to do something and forget tomorrow. You know,
Yeah.
we have to act fast. We have to really act now.
Thank you so much, Jenefier Raymond Patrick, for coming on. Seriously, it was as if I was at a rally just now. But seriously, what Jenefier is actually mentioning over here is that something not just for her to bang on the drums, is something that she really believes in herself and really wanting to help her people down in Glugo and also the people of Penang and again in general people of Malaysia. Thank you so much for coming down to the show, Jenefier. We really do hope that you may get your chance, and should you get your chance, we hope that you take this responsible very, very seriously. And even if you're not given that chance, we do also hope that you will keep banging on that drum and speak for the people, for what the people want and what they need at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Jenefier. We'll see you very, very soon, hopefully. And
Yes.
selamat berpuasa, I guess, to you as well. Boleh tak I nak wish? Boleh kan?
Boleh.
Boleh kan?
All right.
Alright. Thank you so much. Have a good day,
Thanks,
Jenefier.
Thank you so much for having me.
Alright. That was Jenefier. Wow. Wow, semangat. Berkobar-kobar. Act now, Melvin. Act now. Macam rancangan kita
Yes.
juga. Act now.
I think that should be a daily use words.
It should definitely...
You don't have to give us the copyrights, no royalties. Just free use the word. Free use.
Just
Act
use-
now.
Free use, definitely. All right, go up, folks. That's all for now. That's all for today's edition of Act Now Hot Issue What's for Lunch YB Sehari
Yes.
edition.
We're looking forward
When we-
next week. Next
What, next
Monday,
week kita ada guest
another-
lagi?
Yes. It's someone also far away. The person.
Lovely, lovely. Very interesting. But whatever it is, you guys have to wait for next Monday. But Wednesday, we'll be back for another Hot Issue What's for Lunch session with together Melvin and myself. Say bye-bye, Melvin.
All right, bye.
Alright guys, take care now. Happy Monday and happy lunching kepada mereka yang boleh makan. Okay, yang tak boleh makan, jangan makan. Alright, happy day.
Alright.
See you guys Wednesday. Ciao.